Unboxing commences now. This is a satellite show to Welcome to the Basement, where we open our mail crate, things that people send to us in our P.O. box, and we thank our donors. People go to welcometothebasementshow.com and contribute.
People like these people.
Jennifer, Ashton, Ann, Zach, Tiffany, James, Maura, Philip, Robert, Amber, Melanie, John, Grant, Greg, Abigail, Cole, Elizabeth, Adam, Nathan, Emily, Mitchell, Ralph, Kempson, Gail, Mike, Sarah, Shannon, Alfred, Bernard, Andrew, JP, Shelby, William, and Justine. The rest of our donors later in the show. Questions. Hat Hole asks, has Matt ever shown the notes he writes while watching the movie? I've always wondered how he's able to write down the events of the movie as well as jokes and observations in real time and still be fully taking in the movie. It seems like at the end of the movie he has basically a full script ready to go. As someone who also reviews movies and tries to keep notes while I watch, I truly marvel at Matt and Craig's ability to juggle all these things while they're watching. Yes, thank you, Hat Hole. I have a pretty good short-term memory, so I can kind of lock the movie in enough to talk about it at the end. I also have been doing improv for quite a while, so I'm good at talking off the top of my head. So these notes, which you see here, my handwriting is eccentric, to put it charitably. It's mostly just kind of a roadmap to help me remember all the events. You know, if there's a 10-minute chase in the movie, I'll just write chase. And then seeing that word will bring the memory of the thing back. So, yeah. There's notes for the point.
Which, as you can see, very short notes on them because it's a very simple movie. But if you look at another page...
Priscilla, Queen of the Desert, that's quite a lot of notes. Yeah. Oh, and as you can see, I have the page divided into three parts. The summary goes here, and then here I write stuff to talk about at the desk. Discussion topics. Got it all figured out. I do want to show you one thing from last year. Here are my notes for A Christmas Carol. Everyone knows that story. I don't need to write that down.
The first year or two of the show, I didn't take notes on the plot of the movie. I would take notes on thoughts about the movie, comments to make later, but I didn't write down this happened first, this happened second, this happened third. And somehow I got through the summaries. I don't know if it was too clunky for you, Matt, but eventually I realized it is better to risk missing part of the movie by writing down the plot of the movie.
Yeah.
Summary, cast usually goes here, and then all the comments and stuff I have down there. On our last episode, we talked about cats. I really came out as a big fan of the train wreck that is Cats. But the Rude Awakening writes, I'd like to hear your opinion on Growl Tiger's Last Stand.
This is a song from the musical Cats that was cut from the movie.
Growl Tiger's Last Stand is a special challenge of this movie. The song has not aged well. The original poem by T.S. Eliot, being that it's about cats and it's about this pirate king cat. The pirate king meets various other pirates, and they're all Persians and Siamese. Cats, you see? Some people see this as racist cats, which, sure, yes, we'll go with that. Now, how could they have put Growl Tiger's Last Stand in the movie? Well, the character of Growl Tiger is there. He's living on a barge on the Thames. And when McCavity, the mystery cat, captures one of the good cats, he magically sends him to the barge. When we meet Growl Tiger, he starts to sing Growl Tiger's Last Stand, and then they cut away from him. Now, how they should have done this was that whenever they cut back to the boat and another cat appears, Growl Tiger's like, oh, now I gotta start all over again. And he goes back to the beginning of the song. We never hear the whole song. We just hear bits and pieces of the song. That's how you put Growl Tiger's Last Stand into Cats.
I was so glad when we finished talking about Cats, but yet it continues.
If you have more questions about Cats, put them in the comments down below. McCavity, McCavity. There's no one like McCavity.
Bran Landcourt asks, did you cry at the end? He's referring to Day of the Dolphin, when Fa loves Pa, and he needs to send the dolphins away. No, I didn't. I definitely felt the pathos of the scene, that, you know, it's supposed to be sad, but just was not emotionally moved to tears.
I didn't believe throughout the entire course of the movie that George C. Scott would be raising dolphins and that he would have an emotional bond with them. So at the end of the movie, when he has to get rid of the dolphins and have an emotional farewell, I did not believe it.
Let's open a couple packages.
Yes. I got this guy.
This is from Repeater Records. Fragile. Must be Italian.
Every single time.
A mystery album. What is... Oh, I was holding it upside down. I didn't even realize it. Oh, I know what this is. This was sent by our buddy Mitchell, who gave us a nice little donation and says, just wanted to say thanks for keeping the show going during these difficult times. Also, I sent a record to the P.O. Box by a band called Gospel, entitled The Moon is a Dead World. It says that somewhere in here. This is one of my top 5 favorite records of all time, and I hope you enjoy it. It comes with a nice little insert about the band as well. P.S. Think you guys might just do another Seen It of movies sent in by fans? We just did. What are some of these song titles? Congratulations, you've hit bottom. That's funny. Golden Dawn. That's mystical.
I also have an album. This album, there's no words on it. Let's see. Kids Sees Ghosts, or Kids See Ghosts. And as you can see, here are the kids, and here are the ghosts.
That's a heck of a cover.
Kids See Ghosts. This comes with song titles like Feel the Love, Fire, Fourth Dimension, and Free, making it sound like it should have come out around 1968. I know nothing about this band or this album, but I look forward to listening to it.
We have some more fan art from Tim Lemire. It's another little cartoon. It features Craig with his now defunct mustache, looking like a sexy man. As promised, I have listened to some records this week, and I'm going to talk about them. These were records that were sent to our P.O. Box. The theme for today is Split Enz, because both of the records are by the band Split Enz.
Original band by the Finn brothers, I believe, who eventually went on to do Crowded House.
Split Enz, True Colors. What a beautiful cover that is. Paul Klee, is he the guy who did Triangles?
Yeah, he did.
Reminiscent of that. I just really like this. And of course, once again, I have to show off this stunning holographic vinyl. I hope you can see that. Just so cool. And as you can see, the sleeve has a split end.
What are the hits on this one?
For me, it's one of those bands where you listen to them and you say, oh, they sung that song.
Yeah.
It's that song, I don't know why I feel so frightened. Yeah, I was playing this while I was tidying up the basement, and it was a fun time, and Tona even got into it from upstairs. She said, what's that music you're playing? It's so good.
Yeah, they're little new wave pop masters.
Another great cover, Split Enz, Waiata. This album is a little more groovier. True Colors rocks harder. This is a groovier one. I don't know if it's just the A&M label that's making me think this, but this reminds me more of a Squeeze record.
Hey, we have some more donors. RPC Services, Reed, Patrick Joseph, Jeff, Anthony, Lindsay, Michael, Abraham, Andrea, Luke, Brian, David, Gill, Carelock Services, Eric, Thomas, Kieran, Stephanie, Harrison, Drew, and Catherine. Thank you. Thank you all.
We've got one more package to open. It's a very oddly shaped box. We don't normally get boxes that are long. I don't remember when we talked about this, but at one point or another, I wanted to own a lava lamp. And now I do. I will enjoy this. I'm going to find a place for it down here. I'm not going to put it in the background because I think it will ultimately be distracting for our viewers.
And for me.
It's from Emily. I hope this makes the basement extra groovy. I'm really bummed I won't see you this summer at FolksCon. You and me both. What are some of your favorite Madison restaurants and experiences I can look forward to in 2021? How Long Bay is the best Thai food in town.
Everyone says that. Lao Lan Jang is just as good, and there's not a line. And it doesn't have as big of a menu, but I love it.
Glass Nickel Pizza is really great pizza. I've even heard New Yorkers praise Glass Nickel Pizza.
The Weird Traveler Freehouse is my favorite restaurant in town. It's just right down the street from my house.
There's 3 for you.
Yes.
It's at this point I recommend an episode of our back catalog for you to watch or rewatch, and it is episode number 149, Valerie and Her Week of Wonders. This is one of the stranger movies that we've watched on the show. Strange and good, which is not always a combination that we come across. A gem of a movie from Czechoslovakia, and it's a movie you would have never watched on your own. So come and watch it with us.
Oftentimes strangeness is a repellent, but this is a movie that just seems to be like embracing you, just welcoming you with open arms. It's like, come into the strangeness.
There's a button at the end of this video you can click to watch our Valerie episode, and right now you can watch this.